You're watching the area's only primetime local newscast, Fox 55 News, first at 10.
Tonight on Fox 55 News, the city of Fort Wayne is not releasing video footage of Mayor Tom Henry's arrest Saturday night. We'll explain why an attorney says they may not have the grounds to withhold it. Plus, Vietnam-era veterans honored today at the Memorial Shrine and Museum. What happened at that event and what one of those veterans says it meant to him. Plus, one thing that always comes with fall is bright, vibrant leaves. We'll tell you when you can expect to see those colors at their brightest. Fox 55 News starts now. Good evening, everybody. I'm Kelsey Mannix. Thank you for joining us. The city of Fort Wayne refusing to release police video from Mayor Tom Henry's OWI arrest. New tonight, a media law attorney tells us he's not sure the city has the standing to withhold the video, and Indiana's public access counselor says his office is investigating after receiving a number of complaints. Fox 55's Brianna Bias is live in studio to tell us more about the city's reasons for denying our request. Brianna.
Yeah, Kelsey, the city of Fort Wayne says they don't have to release the dashboard and body cam video because they consider it an investigatory record. But I spoke to attorney Steve Key today, and he says since Mayor Henry pleaded guilty, that's the end of the investigation. So he can't think of a reason for them to not release it.
A Fort Wayne police report says Mayor Tom Henry had bloodshot eyes and slurred speech when they questioned him after a wreck Saturday night. A report says he was argumentative but cooperative. But as things stand right now, Fort Wayne residents won't be able to see it for themselves. The city attorney today denied Fox 55's request to release the body cam and dash cam video, declaring it an investigatory record. The city says that allows them to withhold the records if they feel it could interfere with the mayor's ability to receive a fair trial or affect the ongoing investigation.
I don't see where the release normally on an OWI case would impact their ongoing investigation.
Former executive director of the Hoosier State Press Association, Steve Key, says those exceptions don't make sense in this case because Henry already pleaded guilty.
If he's pled guilty, there would not be an ongoing investigation. So I think that would take the reason behind, or the legal reason behind, their ability to deny you access to that record.
Then what is to stop agencies from claiming investigatory record just because the footage makes them look bad?
Well, again, because of the way the language is, they can't do that because they have to show one of these four factors to deny it.
And when Fox 55 asked you on Facebook if you think the footage should be released, we received a resounding yes. Bill Willoughby says anyone else's body cam footage would be released in this situation. The video evidence is just part of the consequences of him making a bad choice. And Judy Schrock-Bender thinks his status as the mayor shouldn't exempt him from having the video released. He's no different from anyone else.
I also reached out to Indiana's public access counselor Lucas Britt to hear his thoughts. He says they've received several complaints about this situation, so he's not going to comment until his investigation is complete.
Yeah, Brianna, that sounds like a long process. So is there any way the public can challenge this denial in the meantime?
They can. So Key says if constituents want to see the video, the best thing to do is to go to the Allen Superior Court and then ask them to have the footage released. That way, the burden of proof falls on law enforcement to prove that they don't need to release the footage. And Fox 55 will continue to follow this story and will update you on air and online as we receive more information. Live in studio, I'm Brianna Bias, Fox 55 News.
All right, thanks again for that report, Brianna. A man is dead tonight after a stabbing in Fort Wayne. Police responded to the Fort Wayne Fire Department Station 1 on Main Street just before 6:15. They say the man had at least one stab wound. Medics took him to a local hospital where he later died. A police spokesperson says they have people of interest, but no one has been arrested yet. Initial information led them to a home near the intersection of Green and Oliver Streets, but there is no official crime scene yet. We'll keep you updated on air and online at WFFT.com as we receive more information. And in Van Wert, a man is dead after crashing into a semi this morning. Police responded to U.S. Route 127 near State Road 709 for a call that came in just after 10 a.m. They say 62-year-old William Stanton of Beaver Creek, Ohio, was driving south on 127 when he crossed lanes and sideswiped a semi going north. The Van Wert County Coroner's Office says Stanton died at the scene. The driver of the semi was not injured, and the crash is still under investigation. Switching over to weather now, it was windy and pretty cool today. Meteorologist Beverly Perry says it's about to get even colder. How cold are we talking about?
Yeah, we're talking about a freeze warning for some of our counties as we head into the overnight hours. But right now, a lot of the area is quiet. We did have a few spotty showers earlier in the day. Those have drifted off to the east. We're going to continue to dry things out. Temperature-wise, already in the 40s. Clearing sky conditions will take place as we continue through the overnight hours. So temperatures, they're plummeting in the lower 30s. So grab a jacket before you hit the door tomorrow morning. It will be a frosty start. So if you leave your car parked outside overnight, you're going to be scraping some frost off the windshield. I'll let you know just how long these cold temperatures will last, plus if any rain is in our future. The details, they're next.
And in addition to temperatures dropping, fall is known for its stunning, unbeatable colors. Fox 55's Devontae Dixon has more details on when we can expect more vibrant trees and falling leaves.
We're in the middle of fall and already witnessing the magical transformation of the leaves, going from green to red, yellow, and orange. John Woodmassey with Purdue Extension in Whitley County says we're on schedule this season.
We typically think of early to mid-October as our peak fall color time. That can vary from year to year based on the weather patterns and what's going on. How much stress the trees are under.
Meteorologist Kyle Brown with the National Weather Service of Northern Indiana says the wind can cause the leaves to fall, and believe it or not, so can frost.
We have that thin layer of ice forming on those leaves. That's going to weigh them down as well and help them fall to the ground. And so far, frost has been pretty patchy, so that's also why we're seeing such vibrant colors around the area right now, because the leaves haven't had the chance to fall to the ground.
As we transition from summer to fall, chlorophyll, the chemical that gives leaves its green color, breaks down. I'm going to leaf it up to Brown to explain how that happens.
The fewer hours of daylight that we see this time of year, that is really going to be one of the driving factors that changes those leaves from green to yellow to orange and red, those fall colors that we see. The other thing is going to be the cooler nights that we see as well.
Margie Isaacson of Fort Wayne says fall isn't her favorite season, but it offers a beautiful sight.
I absolutely love spring just because the earth is coming back to life, and I love all the flowers, but I love the fall too, just because, again, it's very colorful.
In Fort Wayne, Devontae Dixon, Fox 55 News.
And as the leaves continue to change colors across our region, you can send us your fall foliage photos. All you have to do is upload it to WFFT.com/share it, and we may air it right here on Fox 55. Vietnam veterans gathered at the Veterans National Memorial Shrine and Museum today. They were honored for their service and given a commemorative book about the Vietnam War. Fox 55's Stephen Walker spoke with a veteran on what events like this mean to him and those he served with.
Otis Baroker says he and fellow soldiers didn't receive a warm welcome when they returned home from Vietnam.
We get more recognition now than we did when we came home. And it just makes us feel a lot better than when we came home.
Today, the retired Marine and other local veterans were honored by the group Welcome Home Vietnam Veterans. They were each given a copy of the book, A Time to Honor. Executive Director Jill Fuel says these events are meant to honor the veterans for what they endured after the war.
That was a horrible time in our nation, and no matter if you were in the jungle and went to Vietnam or you were just serving during that wartime, they were not well received and respected and given the gratitude that today's military get.
The book is filled with stories from veterans in all 50 states. Fuel says her mission is to advertise the book to as many people as possible so people can read first-person encounters of the war. Stories Baroker says he wouldn't want anyone to experience themselves.
I wouldn't have anybody do that, what we went through. It's just horrible.
Baroker hopes this book and this event will give more recognition to veterans. Fuel says that is her organization's mission.
Sometimes these veterans just need to hear the words, welcome home. They need to hear that their community loves and appreciates them and respect them for the service they've given to their country.
In Fort Wayne, Stephen Walker, Fox 55 News.
Now, that book is free to all veterans in Indiana. For more information about the book and future Welcome Home Vietnam Veterans events, you can go to WFFT.com. Coming up, the Purdue student accused of killing his 20-year-old roommate learned his charges today, how many years he could be facing if he's convicted. Plus, the House Select Committee decided that former President Trump is still a danger to democracy. We'll have the latest details from today's hearing. And later, the largest festival in Indiana is coming back to Park County. We'll have all the details ahead of the Covered Bridge Festival. Stick around.
Time to enjoy the great indoors with the newest styles from Kittles. Now pay 0% or get extra bonus cash savings of $300, $500 or more. Enjoy the great indoors now with extra savings from Kittles.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Carter Hearing Clinics, creating a higher standard of care.
This is not how you watch Comet hockey. This is how you watch Comet hockey. Come see the Comets face off against the Cincinnati Cyclones. Opening night, Saturday, October 22nd, starting at 7:30 on Sweetwater Ice at the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum. Get your tickets today at the Coliseum Ticket Office or Ticketmaster.com.
Looking to tackle major home renovation? With windows, doors, and more, it doesn't have to be a hassle because we handle all your interior and exterior needs. Superior roofing, durable siding, stunning kitchens and bathrooms, spectacular room additions. We've got you covered. Make us your one-stop shop because we do windows, doors, and so much more. Are you an experienced installer? Come join our elite team of home improvement specialists and help us put the more in windows, doors, and more.
My dad made the brilliant move to get us T-Mobile home internet. We have to share our signal with the entire neighborhood.
Yeah, now we do some weird things to get our speeds.
Well, I'm up.
Come on, kids.
This sucks.
Well, if you just switch, maybe you don't have to be vain.
Whoa,
yeah,
okay. We don't really use the V word.
Kind of insensitive.
Yeah.
We prefer pro-lunar.
Much better.
Get Xfinity Internet for $55 a month for 12 months with no annual contract and unlimited data included. Switch today.
Around town, you like to show off your style, and no different out here. So custom order your Ford SUV and get it exactly how you like it. From the trim to the color and extras. All the stuff that makes you, you. And right now, $1,000 retail order bonus cash. Get started today on buyfordnow.com or visit your local Ford store. Order a 2023 Ford Explorer, Edge, or Bronco Sport today and receive $1,000 retail order bonus cash.
911, Mondays at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Right now at Kittles Mattress Max, get rollback savings up to $500 on select mattresses by Beauty Rest, Sealy, Serta, and more. Firm, plush, even pillow top, all made in the USA. In stock and ready for delivery now at Kittles Mattress Max.
An update tonight on the Purdue student accused of killing his roommate. 22-year-old Ji-Min Shaw is facing one count of murder for the killing of 20-year-old Baron Chetta of Indianapolis. Prosecutors believe Shaw stabbed Chetta several times in the head and neck with a knife officers found at the scene. He could be facing between 45 and 60 years in prison if he's convicted, and he's being held without bond. The Park County Covered Bridge Festival is less than 24 hours away, and businesses are expecting this year to be bigger than ever. Blake Dollier at our sister station in Terre Haute introduces us to two of them that say this could be the best year yet.
From sassafras candy to persimmon desserts, businesses from near and far are making their final push to this year's Covered Bridge Festival. It's like being down home.
Everything's homemade.
Especially for Jim Meese, who is running the Covered Bridge's original sassafras candy stand, just as he and his family have been the past 65 years. Those 65 years, he says, have been well spent.
You wouldn't know that. Park County is such a beautiful place with such beautiful people. It really is. That we are so pleased that people come and share what we have and see what we have. It gives us an opportunity to show what we have.
His friend, John Dressler, and his wife are working just a couple booths down in the merchant's tent.
We'll be ready to go.
They're selling persimmon desserts and say this year could be the most profitable, both financially and socially.
I enjoy it down here. She enjoys it down here. We like to see the people. Glad to see the more the merrier. We love it.
Meese says businesses in Park County rely on this time of year to stay in business the rest of the year.
We'll be ready for business. We talk about Black Friday for the businesses online and other places to finally get into the black instead of all their expenses. This really is Black Friday for our local businesses.
But instead of fighting for the business of the 1.5 million people that are expected to come to Covered Bridge, Dressler says the businesses near and far are in it together.
We hope everything is perfect for everyone. We wish everybody the best in the world.
The festival starts at 8 o'clock on Friday morning. Reporting in Park County, Blake Dollier, News 10.
The House Select Committee voting today to subpoena former President Donald Trump for his role in the January 6th insurrection. Jen Sullivan breaks down the arguments and reveals the chilling new video emerging from that day. And we do need to warn you, some of the images and sounds in this story may be disturbing.
The door has been breached.
Never before seen footage showing the terrifying moments when protesters stormed the U.S. Capitol on January 6th, 2021. As chaos rained down on the Capitol, new video shows congressional leaders desperately calling the Secretary of Defense and other officials for help and backup.
We have some senators who are still in their hideaways. They need massive personnel now.
Thursday's January 6th committee hearing was the final one before the November midterm elections. Committee members making the argument that former President Donald Trump was and remains a danger to democracy.
This is a question about accountability to the American people. He must be accountable.
During the nearly 3.5-hour hearing, recorded testimony from former Trump aides and officials talking about the 45th president's role leading up to the insurrection were played.
Our duty today is to our country and our children and our Constitution.
The arguments presented leading up to this bombshell moment.
There are 9 ayes and 0 noes.
All 9 committee members voting to subpoena Trump for documents and testimony, a decision Trump blasted.
Thanks to the tireless work of our members and investigators, we have left no doubt, none, that Donald Trump led an effort to upend American democracy that directly resulted in the violence of January 6th.
Thompson also saying the committee has an obligation to hear Trump's testimony. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
In North Carolina, 5 people are dead tonight after an active shooter. Local media reports that an off-duty police officer was one of those killed. Police arrested a suspect in a home in the area of the shooting, but police are still asking local residents to remain in their homes and report anything suspicious. And Parkland shooter Nicholas Cruz avoiding a death sentence in a Florida courtroom this afternoon, leaving some victim families furious. Mike Valerio breaks down that decision.
Tears are shed, hands held tight.
We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor. Nicholas Cruz knowingly created a great risk of death to many persons. Yes.
Only a judge's voice cuts through the silence in a Florida courtroom as she reads aloud a jury's recommended sentences to Parkland school shooter Nicholas Cruz.
We, the jury, unanimously find that the aggravating factors that were proven beyond a reasonable doubt outweigh the mitigating circumstances established. No.
Cruz is now set to be formally sentenced November 1st after pleading guilty last October to 17 counts of murder and 17 counts of attempted murder for killing 14 students and 3 school staff members in a shooting rampage at Florida's Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in February 2018.
I pray that that animal suffers every day of his life in jail.
Some victims' family members showing clear frustration as life sentence after life sentence is recommended, and Cruz avoids a death sentence.
I sent my daughter to school, and she was shot 8 times. I am so beyond disappointed and frustrated with this outcome. I do not understand. I just don't understand this.
You set a precedent for the next mass killing, and nothing happens to you. You'll get life in jail.
I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
Coming up, the latest inflation report is out and the numbers don't look great, but there is some good news for a certain group of people. We'll explain coming up.
Plus, a freeze warning is in effect for part of the area. Plus, when is our next round of rain? I'll have those details next.
Trelleborg Ceiling Solutions on Bremer Road is now hiring. We offer a competitive starting pay with shift premiums, annual increases, paid holidays, and climate control. Apply now at Trelleborg.com or call 260-760-9590. Get hired with Trelleborg.
If you have to think about upload speeds, chances are you don't have enough. Now you can get uploads as fast as downloads with speed equality. Uncable yourself. Get fiber from Frontier.
As a Marine, Todd Young knows China is a threat to our economy and national security. So Young went to work to ensure America competes with China and wins. Todd Young's plan? Make the microchips our armed forces need here at home, not in China. Strengthen our military's edge and create thousands of American jobs. That's called meeting the threat head on. Todd Young, Marine, Hoosier.
I'm Todd Young, and I approve this message.
While the other guys are sleeping, we're putting in the hard work. At Sheriff Goslin Roofing, we know that hard work isn't a choice. It's the only choice. For over 100 years, you have relied on us to be there for you. To answer a simple question, tackle a repair, or manage a complete roof replacement. With quality roofing products backed by the Sheriff Goslin Guarantee of Excellence. Because at Sheriff Goslin, hard work just means we aren't afraid of a tough day at the office. Sheriff Goslin Quality Roofing since 1906.
Kester's Body and Frame Shop in Fort Wayne is your one-stop shop for heavy truck and trailer repair. We do it all in our 80,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility. We do accident and collision repair, mechanical repairs for trucks and trailers, frame straightening and alignments, DOT inspections and complete detailing, heavy-duty hauling. Plus, we have a huge parts department. Let Kester's Body and Frame Shop be your one-stop shop on Highway 30 East. Kester's. Large or small, we fix them all.
Join Planet Fitness today and get more epic energy and better sleep with tons of equipment in our clean and spacious clubs. Join for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, October 14th.
Trelleborg Ceiling Solutions on Bremer Road is now hiring. We offer a competitive starting pay with shift premiums, annual increases, paid holidays, and climate control. Apply now at Trelleborg.com or call 260-760-9590. Get hired with Trelleborg.
Fox 55's Severe Weather Center forecast is sponsored by Windows, Doors, and More. Serving northeastern Indiana for over 35 years. Your window and door connection. And now, your forecast from the Fox 55 Severe Weather Center.
We had another round of spotty light rain showers across the area today, but believe it or not, the October rainfall hasn't really panned out for a whole lot of rain across the area. At the Fort Wayne International Airport, 0.15. Typically, we're about 1.25 inches. We are already at a deficit. We're only a few days into the month of October. But believe it or not, we're still dealing with abnormally dry conditions, and the latest drought monitor released earlier this morning, right around 8 o'clock, encompasses a good chunk of the area now. We are looking at a potential for a fire risk come tomorrow. We had one today. Tomorrow, that is going to be the case. Abnormally dry conditions across the area. We're at a deficit since September 1st of 1 inch to 3 inches area-wide. We're going to be dealing with a gusty wind yet again tomorrow. We're looking at out of the southwest, sustained speeds between about 15 and 20 miles per hour with peak wind gusts upwards to about 30. And the relative humidity in the afternoon is very low, ranging between about 20 and 30%, which is very low, and that can cause some fires to quickly spread with the dry conditions and the wind. So do not have any fires across the area. Nonetheless, the showers, they have moved out of the area. We're seeing clearing sky conditions. It is going to be a downright cold night tonight. So if you have any plants you want to keep around, cover them up or bring them inside. It's going to be one of those nights that frost will develop across the region area-wide. We do have a freeze warning in effect for LaGrange, Kosciuszko, and Noble counties. It starts at 2 o'clock, lasts until about 9 o'clock Friday morning. And again, that's because overnight lows, they're expected to bottom out in the lower 30s. So after a frosty and cold start to the day, we'll have a lot of sunshine across the area, maintaining that south wind. Again, elevated fire risk for tomorrow. A lot of sunshine right around lunchtime, and it's not until later on in the day where the cloud cover will increase across the area, closer to about kickoff time for our football games. Temperature-wise, in the 50s to lower 60s, we're going to have those warmer temperatures for our southern tier counties, but overall, it's actually feeling okay, just a little bit on the breezier side of things. The game of the week, we're looking at Columbia City hosting Norwell. Temperatures at kickoff, they'll be in about the middle 50s. It's going to be a cool and breezy one. on. Just maybe prepare yourself for those temperatures to tumble into the 40s once that game wraps up. So maybe, I don't know, pack some hot cocoa or a blanket. You might be needing it. Overnight lows Friday night, since the cloud cover will increase, we're looking at temperatures falling into the mid to upper 30s. But we do have a rain chance on tap, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. But you can certainly see that 7-day forecast. Ooh. The 40s, they're on the way for early next week.
Oh, joy. And it just seems like as we keep inching closer and closer to next week and the weather updates and all these forecasts update, those temperatures overnight especially are just continuing to drop.
Fall is here, and it's here to stay.
Gotta love it, right? All right. Thanks so much, Beverly. Coming up, the final Talks Away Saturday of the year is coming up soon. We'll tell you where and when you have to go to get rid of your old hazardous waste. And a little later on, the NE8 title is on the line when Columbia City and Norwalk square off tomorrow night. Elijah Collins will break down the locker room game of the week later on in sports.
With the Kroger Plus card, it's easy to get lower than low prices for the win. You also earn fuel points on every purchase to save big at the pump. The Kroger Plus card. All you do is win big, big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
I am Parkview.
I am Parkview.
I am Parkview.
I'm a nurse.
A therapist.
I'm a protector.
A caregiver. A leader.
I'm a hand holder.
A lifesaver.
A friend.
I am Parkview.
And together, we believe in better care.
Making a difference and treating everyone like family.
There will always be bumps in the road, but we got guts, America. We got freedom. We got power. We got future. So let's drive on and make the future we want to see together. Because your new Ford vehicle is just the start of a journey. So stop by your Ford dealer today and claim one of the thousands of new Ford trucks and SUVs on their way. We've been building this country for 119 years, but we're just getting started.
Get an amazing value on Xfinity Internet with unlimited data included. It's $55 a month for 12 months with no annual contract, so it's risk-free. Plus, no equipment fees. Switch today.
If you're turning 65 soon or over 65 and planning to retire, now's the time to learn more about an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan from United Healthcare and get help protecting yourself from the out-of-pocket costs Medicare doesn't pay. Because the time to prepare is before you go on Medicare.
Don't wait. Get started today.
Call United Healthcare for your free decision guide.
Shop Kittles and enjoy the great indoors with 0% interest or extra bonus cash discounts on furniture, clearance, and accessories this weekend at Kittles.
With the Kroger app, no matter where you order free pickup, you get the same great deals as you get in our stores. So start your cart today. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
You're watching the area's only primetime local newscast, Fox 55 News, first at 10.
Thanks so much for staying with us. The CEO of Parkview Health announcing he will retire at the end of 2022. Mike Packnett has led the region's largest employer the last 16 years. During his time, Parkview grew from 50 providers and 6,300 workers to more than 1,000 providers and 14,000 workers across 16 counties. President of Healthcare Operations Rick Henvey will take over as CEO starting in January of 2023. The final Talks Away Saturday of 2022 is coming up this weekend. That'll go from 9 until 2 at the Household Hazardous Waste Facility up on Carroll Road. You'll be able to get rid of any used materials such as motor oil, paint, and fertilizers. You're asked to enter the facility via Fort Recovery Road off of Lima. For any information or questions, you can visit acwastewatcher.org. The city of Fort Wayne is refusing to release police video from Mayor Tom Henry's OWI arrest Saturday. A media law attorney, Steve Key, says he's not sure the city has the standing to withhold that video. In a letter to Fox 55, a Fort Wayne city attorney said they denied the request because it's, quote, investigatory record, end quote, and could hinder their investigation. But Key says the investigation is over since Henry pleaded guilty.
They think this is going to impact their ongoing investigation. And if it isn't, then that takes away their reasoning behind not releasing it.
We also reached out to Indiana's public access counselor, Lucas Britt, to hear his thoughts. He says he's received several complaints about the situation already and won't comment until the investigation is complete. And of course, we'll continue to update you on air and online as we learn more. Vietnam veterans were honored today at the Veterans National Memorial Shrine and Museum. Veterans were given a free book with first-hand accounts of the Vietnam War. Welcome Home Vietnam Veterans Executive Director Jill Fuwell says she wants to get the book into as many people's hands as possible.
Our mission is to get this book in every Indiana public library because they're real stories. This is what really happened in the war. And also into our public schools because they're not really being taught the true history. So these are the actual stories of service and not some textbook.
The book represents a veteran from all 50 states and all branches that served in Vietnam, and all veterans in Indiana can go to WFFT.com to receive more information on how to receive a free copy of the book. And fall is unmatched when it comes to its vibrant colors. The transformation of the leaves from green to red, yellow, and orange is already happening. John Woodmansey with Purdue Extension in Whitley County says we're just about at the peak of fall colors, which is typically early to mid-October. He says weather conditions have to be right for leaves to change, but now is the time to get out and enjoy these beautiful colors.
We'll get a better display when we have nice sunny days, but cool but not freezing nights. So that's kind of the conditions we really hope for in a fall to preserve and elongate that fall color time that we can enjoy.
And as leaves continue to change colors across our region, you can send us your foliage photos. All you have to do is upload it to WFFT.com/share it, and we may air it right here on Fox 55. New data showing the inflation numbers from September. The numbers don't look great, but there is some good news for Social Security customers. Madeline Rivera breaks down what you can look forward to.
A disappointing inflation report. Despite the Federal Reserve's aggressive moves to hike interest rates, prices still rose higher than expected in September, up 8.2% compared to a year ago.
Obviously not good news.
A drop in gas prices, used cars, and clothing wasn't enough to offset rising costs of food, rent, and medical care. And core inflation, a highly watched measure that strips out volatile items like food and energy, climbed 6.6% over the last year, the fastest pace since 1982.
Americans are squeezed by the cost of living.
For those living on fixed incomes, the situation is even more dire.
I just retired, and I'm a little nervous about what's going to happen with my pension.
The Social Security Administration says it's now increasing checks next year by 8.7%.
This is an unusually high boost. In fact, we haven't experienced inflation this high since 1981.
But economic experts warn the spike could significantly eat into the trust fund that pays Social Security benefits, meaning tougher consequences in the years to come.
What we're going to see in 12 or so years is those payments are going to need to be reduced because as the trust fund runs out of money, it's not going to be able to make its current obligations.
All eyes are now on the Federal Reserve, which will likely impose another rate hike during its meeting next month. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
And another industry that'll be hit with inflation is healthcare. Experts say employees will be paying more for health insurance as well as out-of-pocket doctor visits. Insurance premiums are usually set in advance and last for 12 months, but there are new contracts now, so you'll have to take a close look during your open enrollment period, which typically runs this month and next. People in parts of Ukraine are recovering after multiple missile strikes hit the country overnight. They destroyed several buildings and left cars charred from the flames. Trey Yanks has the latest details about the wreckage.
The United Nations will not tolerate attempts at illegal annexation. We will never recognize it.
A war of words between Russia and NATO officials as UN members overwhelmingly condemn Russia's annexation of Ukrainian territory. 3/4 of the General Assembly voting in favor of a resolution that called Moscow's move illegal, deepening Russia's international isolation. Kremlin officials hitting back, saying the West are hypocrites, and any further involvement could result in World War III.
The West is completely deaf to the problems of the global South and to the calls to finally address them. All efforts are thrown at prompting the Ukrainian narrative, but not at the sake of the country's well-being, only in an attempt to harm Russia.
Meanwhile, here in Ukraine's capital region, Iranian-made kamikaze drones hitting several buildings early Thursday. Rescue workers rushing to the scene as residents awoke to air raid sirens for the 4th consecutive morning. In the southern city of Mykolaiv, an 11-year-old boy rescued from under the rubble, where he spent 6 hours. The uptick in destruction causing Ukraine's president to ask world leaders to increase defensive aid for his war-torn country.
The more audacious and cruel Russian terror becomes, the more obvious it is to the world that helping Ukraine to protect the sky is one of the most important humanitarian tasks for Europe of our time.
Both British and American officials say they plan to accelerate the donation of air defense systems. In Kyiv, Trey Yanks, Fox News.
Coming up, find out how robotic technology will be able to help you be more efficient at work, how it can assist those with limited mobility.
John Klopfenstein Furniture and Flooring's 36-hour sale, plus 36 months free financing, plus save up to 36% off. It's a 36-hour sale on all furniture, flooring, and bedding at John Klopfenstein Furniture and Flooring, northeast on State Route 1 in Leo, southwest on Illinois Road.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Current Chevy owners can get a $3,000 total cash allowance on all 2022 Silverado pickups with a 2.7-liter turbo engine when you purchase. Plus, now during truck season, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward a new Chevy truck with accessories. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Get a stylish solution for every room with window treatments and save with 11% off everything at Menards. Get window images, room darkening vinyl and aluminum blinds, faux wood blinds, and cellular shades trimmed to width for free. Or order a custom style and size. From durable, economical options to stunning custom designs, you'll find the perfect window treatments to transform your space. Right now, all window treatments are 11% off at Menards.
There are many layers to what's really happening on the road. It may be true that cars are safer, but people are not. Distracted drivers, drunk drivers, people who are speeding or blowing through lights and stop signs are out there with you. Even though the accident is over, the scary part is just beginning. And worst of all, through no fault of your own, your family's future is at risk.
If you've been hurt, put a fighter on your side.
Call Booker Senac today.
One-on-one care is important because although this is physical therapy, everybody also has a story behind why they're having pain or what might have happened. I love the family atmosphere. You walk in and everybody's happy to be here. It's a good community to be a part of, and everybody loves you, both as an employee and coworker, but also as a person.
John Klopfenstein Furniture and Flooring's 36-hour sale, plus 36 months free financing, plus save up to 36% off. It's a 36-hour sale on all furniture, flooring, and bedding at John Klopfenstein Furniture and Flooring, northeast on State Route 1 in Leo, southwest on Illinois Road.
The Neighborhood, weeknights 5 and 5:30 on Fox 55.
While robots aren't replacing humans in the workplace, there is new robotic technology that can help you with productivity and keep you safer. Ashley Strohmeyer tells us more about that and how this technology can help those with limited mobility.
Could transform how many of us live and work, especially those in fields involving heavy lifting and people with limited mobility.
Everyone, as they get older, slows down and finds walking more effortful.
In California, researchers at Stanford University are unveiling their latest robotic boot. The device helps users walk 9% faster while using 17% less energy.
The exoskeleton is essentially a normal shoe with a piece that runs up the length of your calf that has a motor, and this motor winds a cable to help launch you as you're walking, so it helps you push off and actually turn off your calf muscles.
Officials say it's comparable to someone taking off a 30-pound backpack and walking around.
It takes a bit getting used to, but after you've been using it for a while and you turn it off, you can really tell.
Meanwhile, overseas, researchers in Malaysia are experimenting with an exoskeleton backpack. The device features poles strapped to the user's arms, reducing the amount of energy they need to lift heavy objects and potentially minimizing workplace injuries.
We found out that it managed to reduce about 20% of workload.
Palm oil farmers are currently testing the gadget, which they say lets them accomplish more work in less time. Researchers say it can also be beneficial for factory jobs and other industries facing labor shortages. Both exoskeleton devices could already help countless people. The Bureau of Labor Statistics reports more than 1 million workers suffer back injuries each year, and the CDC says 1 in 7 adults has a lack of mobility. Ashley Strohmeyer, Fox News.
Now, how can a pair of blue jeans be worth tens of thousands of dollars? And no, they're not designer. Jeremy Roth tells us more about how they give new meaning to vintage clothes shopping.
For vintage clothing fans, it's pretty much understood to be fashion forward, you have to go back in time to source the best threads. Case in point, take a look at a pair of Levi's jeans believed to be from the 1880s that just nabbed $76,000 at auction. The jeans were reportedly found in an old mine shaft in New Mexico, and according to the listing, are one of the oldest known pairs from the Gold Rush era. The jeans featured suspender buttons and were marked with candle wax, and were also adorned with the iconic Levi Strauss patch, which looks nearly indistinguishable from today's. The very old-school duds sparked a bidding war as soon as the listing went live.
Do I have 29? I have 29. Do I have 30? We're going to jump it to 50. Do we have 55?
But in the end, it was a pair of vintage clothing dealers from San Francisco that nabbed the grubby Gold Rush garb for a cool $76,000. There's something strange in a neighborhood in Oregon. Where are you going to stay? Well, just in time for Halloween, visitors in Portland have a chance to book a spooky night stay in a replica of the famous Ghostbusters firehouse from the hit movie. It has all the essentials, including an Ecto-1, ghost traps, and proton packs. Guests can even try on a famous Ghostbusters jumpsuit and munch on Stay Puft marshmallows. Snack size, not, the jumbo size. Also, in honor of the movie's release year, the accommodations will only run guests 1984. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
And it's a cold night tonight and a rather chilly end to the work week. Plus, I'm tracking a little bit of rain as we head into the weekend. The details, they're next.
And playoff action is heating up. 5 area teams looking to punch their ticket to the regional championship. We'll have all that action and more right after the break.
Attention hunters, collectors, and sportsmen. The Fort Wayne Gun and Knife Show is this Saturday and Sunday at the Memorial Coliseum. This is the show to save money and find those rare and special items. Buy, sell, or swap your guns, knives, military memorabilia, or hunting equipment this weekend only.
Fall in Indiana. Time to enjoy the great indoors. Kittles has all the latest styles, now with 0% interest, or bonus cash savings of $300, $500, or more off the tag sale prices of furniture, clearance, and accessories. Plus, save on hot buys, like a new queen bed, your choice, only $5.99, or a new sofa, only $7.99. In stock and ready for delivery. Enjoy the great indoors, now with extra savings from Kittles.
This is not how you watch Comet hockey. This is how you watch Comet hockey. Come see the Comets face off against the Cincinnati Cyclones. Opening night, Saturday, October 22nd, starting at 7:30 on Sweetwater Ice at the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum. Get your tickets today at the Coliseum ticket office or Ticketmaster.com.
There's a reason Comcast Business powers more businesses than any other provider. Actually, there's a few. Comcast Business offers the fastest, reliable network, the protection of Security Edge, and the most reliable 5G network. Whether your business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business.
Simplicity and savings, all from one provider. Get internet, advanced security, and voice for $40 a month for 12 months when you add Comcast Business Mobile. Plus, enjoy free installation and ask how to get a $500 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Call today.
At Parkview, I found hope.
I found kindness.
Compassion.
A support system to see me through.
I found inspiration.
Strength.
Someone who would listen to my needs.
A team that worked together for me.
At Parkview, I found healers.
I found true specialists.
I found caregivers who give so much and treated me like family.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, tell them you mean business. Call Glazer and Ebbs at 424-0954.
Attention hunters, collectors, and sportsmen. The Fort Wayne Gun and Knife Show is this Saturday and Sunday at the Memorial Coliseum. This is the show to save money and find those rare and special items. Buy, sell, or swap your guns, knives, military memorabilia, or hunting equipment this weekend only.
And now, your forecast from the Fox 55 Severe Weather Center.
It was a windy and cooler day today with temperatures managed to top out in the 50s area-wide, a few lower 60s, but it's about to get even colder on us. We do have a freeze warning in effect for LaGrange, Noble, and also Kosciuszko counties. And this is for Friday morning from 2 to 9 a.m. This is because temperatures are expected to plummet on us tonight. We're talking the low 30s. So if you have any tender plants that you want to keep around, cover them up or water them. It helps them to retain their heat or bring them indoors. Just don't forget to uncover those plants shortly after sunrise because you don't want to undo what you just did. Help save them. Again, as you get ready for the bus stop tomorrow morning, temperatures will kick off in about the low 30s. Also, if you leave your car parked outside overnight, you're going to be scraping some frost off the windshield tomorrow morning, so do plan accordingly. Cold start to the day, but at least we'll have some sunshine around to help heat us up rather nicely. A southwest wind, it'll be fairly gusty in the afternoon, not as strong as what we had today. We had wind gusts anywhere between about 35 to about 50 miles per hour area wide, but we will have wind gusts up towards to about 25 and 30 miles per hour out of the southwest. We have a lot of sunshine through a good chunk of the day. It's not until those evening hours ahead of our next system that the cloud cover will be increasing on us. So tomorrow looking like a nice but cool end to our work week. Temperatures in the low 30s at that 7 o'clock hour. A lot of sunshine for us. Temperatures by the middle of the day, they should be approaching that 50-degree mark, and highs for a lot of us area wide in the mid to upper 50s, and our southern tier counties will be topping out in the lower 60s. I mentioned some rain chances. We're going to get through our Friday evening football games dry, so that's some good news. It's just going to be a little bit on the chillier side of things. Kickoff temperatures right around the middle 50s. By the time the game wraps up, we're going to be dealing with some thick cloud cover and temperatures in the 40s already by then. Rain chances, they do increase towards about midnight. This is going to be some light shower activity overall as a whole, and a lot of this stuff is going to be done before daybreak on Saturday. So just some light showers passing through right around that 2 o'clock hour, tracking off to the east. And we start Saturday off with some sunshine. We're going to have quite a bit of sunshine through about the middle of the day. A gusty west wind, not as strong as today. Again, sustained speeds out of the west, about 15 to 20 with gusts upwards to about 25 miles per hour. And then late in the day, the cloud cover does increase on us again. Noticeably cooler, highs for a lot of us top out in the middle 50s. But, you know, we've had a lot of wind over the past few days. So if you get the opportunity to check out the fall colors across the area, we have about low to about moderate color across the region. Again, if you see any beautiful fall colors, don't hesitate, send them in. We love to see them, and you'll see them on your 10 p.m. newscast too. Temperature wise, right near 60 degrees on Sunday. We have another reinforcing shot of cooler air temperatures early next week. No mistake, my friends, they'll be in the 40s with light lake effect rain.
And now from Fox 55 News, this is your local sports.
Well, believe it or not, folks, the time is here. After wrapping up the season just last month, the countdown to opening day officially begins now. The Fort Wayne Tin Caps released their 2023 schedule. This year, Parkview Field will host 66 home games, including 27 post-game firework nights. The team's home opener at Parkview Field is set for Tuesday, April 11th, where they'll host the Lake County Captains. Well, welcome in, good people. The final week of high school football season is finally here. Most schools are using this week to tune up for sectional play, which gets started next week. But in the NEA, well, there's still conference hardware to be handed out. Entering this week, both Norwell and Columbia City were unbeaten in conference play. So it's a no-brainer that we make the matchup the locker room's game of the week. It's 4A number 10 C City visiting 3A number 3 Norwell for the NEA crown. Here to break things down is Justin Prince.
Yeah, Elijah, you said it. Final week of the high school football season here in the Hoosier State. And in terms of game of the week matchups, well, you couldn't ask for really anything better. Two teams in Norwell and Columbia City who are both unbeaten in conference play. Both teams ranked top 10 in their respective classes. And two teams who are both looking to end conference championship droughts. Now, neither of these teams have won a conference championship since their days back in the Northern Hoosier Conference. C-City shared the NHC title back in 2010, with Norwell winning a piece of the pie in 2009. But as for outright crowns, well, you got to go back even further than that. The Knights haven't hoisted a trophy by themselves since 2006. The Eagles, they haven't done it since 1990. And you can bet both of these teams are ready to end those streaks.
It's real exciting, and you know, it's something it's not the ultimate goal, but it's always a goal. You always want to be the best in your conference, and the kids have worked hard and put themselves in a position to have this opportunity, and we're excited about it.
We just want to send a message, I think, and that's been our biggest thing, just being that team that we've wanted to be. You know, we've wanted to be that top team in the conference that everyone's trying to beat, and having it here, it's a good feeling. You know, it kind of shows how hard we've worked as a team, and our biggest thing is just, you know, we've very mature. I think we've played in a lot of different games, and I think that helps us as a veteran team. And I think that's something that, you know, we value going into this game.
We embrace the pressure. You know, we'll have a huge fan base here because it's senior night. And, home games are always a lot of energy, and we'll be ready to play.
It's not very often that you get a chance to be part of a championship game in week 9. It usually doesn't work out that much. So it's a good experience for all the guys, and it's a really fun experience for all of us to have.
We just got to, you know, go out there and, you know, just play with an attitude and a you know, just mindset that we got to take care of business on Friday.
We know what we can do, and we know that we have the chance to win this game, and we're going to try to do what we do and win this thing. We're ready. We're ready to play. We're ready to hit. We've been waiting for it all year long. Everybody's doubted us, and we're coming out here and playing for a conference championship now.
They're a good team. We're a good team. We're just going to go and play our hardest. That's all it's going to take. It's just going to be two really good teams going at it. It's going to be a fun game to watch, a fun game to be a part of.
Kickoff for the NEA Championship is set for 7 p.m. tomorrow night here at the courtyard. After the game, make sure you get home for your first look at all your local scores and highlights at 10:30 in the locker room.
I appreciate that, JP. Well, from American football to European version, Class 3A regional semifinal action at Carroll tonight. Chargers hosting McCutcheon second half. Chargers with a 1-goal advantage. Mavericks looking to tie it. Kaylin Rose lets off a light shot. Rachel Bova makes the easy stop. Keeps it a 1-goal game. And later in the half, 57th minute, Chargers back on the attack. Malaya Blakely gets taken down in the box. Ref awards the Chargers a penalty kick. Blakely steps up to take it, but can't keep the shot on frame and stay a 1-goal game, but it wouldn't matter. McCutcheon never gets off a look late. Chargers hang on for 1-0 victory. They're on their way to the regional final, where they will face Noblesville on Saturday. The Millers knocking off defending state champion Homestead tonight, 3-0. Kickoff for the regional final between Carroll and Noblesville is set for 2 p.m. on Saturday in Kokomo. All right, let's check out some 2A action now. Leo Lyons taking on Western Panthers. At their place, we're going to pick up in the first period. Both teams still scoreless. Lions are going to get good early opportunity. Ball goes up to Cecilia Yates. Doesn't quite get a good enough attempt on the header there, but the Lions are going to keep pushing the pace. Audrey Abel lets off a shot from far. Just grazes the top of the crossbar. Both teams going to the half scoreless, but goals would pile up in the second period. 25-minute mark in the second. Abel with another great opportunity. Ball rims around the goal, but Taylor Swigert is there to knock it in. 5 goals for the Lions in the second half. They advance to the regional championship with a 5-0 win. So their opponent in that championship match will be the Bellmont Braves. The Braves knocked in 3 goals against Hamilton Heights tonight to earn the win. The regional championship match is set for Saturday at 2 p.m. All right, finally tonight, Class 1A regional semifinal action at Hancock Field. Canterbury hosting Eastbrook. Cavs were quick to strike in this one. 10th minute, Stella Vandewater. Pass is open to Gabriella Dixon, who sneaks the shot past the keeper for the goal. Canterbury takes a 1-0 lead later in the half. 33rd minute now, corner kick for home squad. Addison Sigler puts a ball right on the foot of Lauren Biggs, who finds the back of the net. Canterbury takes a 2-0 lead. They go on to win 5-0. They'll see Faith Christian in the regional final Saturday at 2 p.m. at Taylor.